Just on probably Twitter as well, I would imagine.
Do you just invite donors and people that you feel
that was
friendly?
open to the entire public.
So how do you publicize that, generally speaking? How would
That
you
was
find out
through
about
social media, through the organizers of the event.
Facebook, through
Yeah.
exactly. So where would we sign up so we would get notice about that?
Through our website, on our e-newsletter, there's on our homepage. There's information there to submit your address, email, all that kind of stuff.
I have signed up and I haven't received notifications.
Yeah, at this time there are currently no town hall scheduled right now.
And how far in advance would you let people know? You said you...
Usually days, weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you're running this operation. The average constituents in your district don't know. It's not very well publicized, is it?
What is?
Well, the fact that we live in the district and we have no idea how to see our representative.
Well, again, the congressman attends events regularly throughout the district, whether it be Chambers of Commerce
But he
events.
shows up and you can't let us know when, though.
I
So
never
that's
said-
not making
I
it
never
available.
indicated that.
Yes, you did. You said
No, I
you
said
can't
when there is
publish
events, we then
when
would
his
notify.
events will be. You said you'll notify us if there's going to be a town hall. You said you will
Right.
not publish when there's events, when he's going
Right,
to
so
get
like
his
if a Chamber of
awards and things,
Commerce
so
or the
that we
Kiwanis,
can...
like that event right there.
So those
where
are
he's
closed
speaking
events.
with
They're not open to
constituents.
the public. That's open to the
Right.
Kiwanis Club or to the Chamber of Commerce.
I don't
Those are
think
not
the Kiwanis Club is that exclusive of a group. I mean,
Well, is there a way to
wouldn't
be
know that or
notified
hear
then?
about it. There's no way for us to know unless we belong to the Kiwanis.
sure. And of course, this event here was a Veterans Day parade. That was a public event. You can see here he's attending with chatting with veterans here from Murrieta. These are obviously the Corona Norco
Yeah, it's been happened in the
JROTC.
past, but we're talking about the future.
Well, you're indicating that he's never around the district. I'm just pointing out obviously clear empirical
What I'm
evidence.
indicating is we're having a hard time finding out events where we could get access to him.
Right,
That is
and-
what I'm
and
talking about
In
specifically.
the current time frame and the near future, he is the majority of the time going to be in Washington, D.C. As you know, we have a new administration, and there are a lot of things on the agenda. Therefore, Congress, as you can see from the schedule there
He
are
has a
very
break
few.
in February, so can we schedule a town hall for February? There's a week in
First of all,
February that he
any,
is supposed to be doing
any
in
decisions on
district.
making a town hall are not scheduled. It's a decision that we would make, obviously, to schedule a town hall.
We are asking that you schedule
I understand
a
that,
town
and I
hall.
will take that to the congressman. I happily
There is a
share
week in
with him that
February,
request.
there's 2 weeks in April.
Right,
I think May had a week, entire month of August.
right.
Um,
And I will share with him your desire to have a town hall in the near future.
and that's all we keep getting told. We are here
understand.
to get one scheduled
Well, I'm not at liberty to
because we
schedule
keep
it
getting
today.
referred back to the website.
No decision has been made to hold a town
Right.
hall at this point.
Well, I have
Right,
a question.
how do we get that decision made?
Do we have to speak to Jolynn to get that done? Do we
Well,
have to
she would
make-
be the one to confirm it.
Okay, and so do we need to make an appointment to speak to her?
No, because normally when our appointments are, we would try to get things on the calendar or we schedule events. Obviously, if it's just a meeting, that would be, Jolyn would find a time in his calendar when he's here and schedule it. For an event, obviously, like a town hall, that's much more than just a meeting here in the office. Obviously, that requires running a facility and doing a number of things.
No, I mean, we would like to speak to Jolynn. Can we make an appointment to meet with her in the future? Does she...
You certainly can. I'm just letting you know that
Can we do that
Can you
now?
help us
Because
do
she's
that,
been very
please?
unavailable as well.
I can certainly try, but again, I'm saying is the decision to schedule a town hall event wouldn't be necessarily made by a meeting with Joanne. Is that clear? I'm just sorry. Maybe we're talking past each other.
I
Okay.
understand that. But yeah, there's nothing that we request and we don't feel like our request is being heard. There's no sort of ticket system. We don't get a response. So we're going to continue coming back. You understand it? You're not being especially available. And
No, I
that's an
understand. I
interesting
understand what
situation
your
given that
objective is.
you're representing an elective figure,
Right.
So
What I'm trying to explain is, I understand your objective is to get a town hall scheduled. I'm try to communicate back to you. That decision hasn't been made, so it's kind of an indefinite, open-ended question at this
right.
point,
And
right?
February's probably too soon. You would need actually more time than February.
Right,
It would-
exactly.
March or April. So what are we going to do? We're going to call you again in a week? Is that what we're going to do?
Well,
we're going
with
to show up in a
Jolynn,
week?
You can, but I would also encourage other means of communication. Obviously,
What's most effective and what will get responded to?
the most comprehensive responses are going to be through email.
That has not been my case. I regularly email Ken Calvert's office, and then I don't get responses for months, and then they're form letters, and
It
then
should
I
not be months.
I
it should
can,
not
if
be
you'd
months.
like, I can forward you these
No,
emails.
definitely. I would love you actually. Please do, because they should not be months
Fabulous.
in responses. They should be no more than a week or two.
And they have been a week or two, but they're still
I'm not-
form letters.
There have also been times in
I understand, and obviously you got to understand we represent more than 700,000 constituents here in the district, and now of course this
But
day
you
and age.
represent me. I am one of those constituents,
Definitely,
and my
that's why
voice is
that's why
not
we
being
want to
heard.
that's why we want to respond to you as quickly as possible. That's
Right.
exactly why.
And I'm getting response with a stock letter.
I understand that. And if there are
And
specific questions,
we'll look into it. We'll let him know.
Go to his website.
Oh, go to the website. That's another one. Yes.
That's what I've been told a lot of times. Go to his website and reread what it says.
Yes.
And my concern is that what's on his website is not being corroborated by nonpartisan research groups and people who are looking at the
Sure.
ACA replacement plan and things like that.
Sure.
So that's one of the things we'd like to be able to ask questions about. With Jolynn, then, would we be able to schedule not us initiating a town hall, which I understand is not the way it works. Would we be able to schedule with Jolynn, though, a meeting between us and Jolynn at least, or somebody else, somebody to sit down with if we're not going to be able to speak directly with Congressman Calvert? What is another route to go where?
it means meet with staff to discuss issues and
Right,
general
right.
issues. Yeah, that's certainly something we could work out. Yeah.
Okay, that would be a good start.
And our
Yeah.
urgency is that things are happening so quickly right now
Yes, yes.
that, you know, we want the opportunity to be able to let him know what our views are.
Sure.
That's right. It's
No, I
not-
understand and appreciate that. And obviously, like I said, he was sworn in on the 3rd of January. It's been a very, as to your point, I mean, it's been a very busy and
Fast-paced,
fast-paced mechanism. I don't think, some of the bigger things are going to be as as fast-paced because obviously doing things like tax reform and obviously, healthcare issues are easy solutions, so they're going to be very complicated, and so I think those won't be as fast, but so certainly I think that's where input from everyone who's affected by those is certainly welcomed by the congressman. So we certainly would be happy to sit down and discuss with you folks some of these issues that you have concerns about.
And will he only meet with us in a town hall setting, or
No.
Obviously like a
No,
board
the
ceremony?
congressman holds meetings here, quite often.
How do we get on the books for something like that then?
So that's definitely what Jolene would schedule. So that's where I think what you were asking.
And she can schedule
specifically.
that though, right? That's not
Yeah.
going to be it if they choose to.
Yeah.
And we can schedule a meeting with her then?
Well, again, to discuss it with staff, I don't know if it'd be Jolene be the best person, or maybe myself again, or maybe me and Jolene. We'll have to figure that out here. Who we could meet with you guys? Maybe we get.
Who's the
we don't
senior
handle
staff person
here. Just to give you guys a better idea of kind of how our staff is set up. All of our policy staff that handles kind of the policy issues is based. Those are called our legislative assistants and our legislative director are in our DC office back in DC. Most of the staff here is focused on what we call constituent services. So if you have a problem with the IRS or with immigration services, our staff here helps with those constituent services, whereas all the policy work is done out of our Washington DC office by our legislative staff.
Okay, so that if we speak
But
to
we
Jolene-
can certainly take input here. We're not policy experts. I don't know the first thing about some of these complicated medical issues and that are involved
Who
in
is
our
the
healthcare.
senior staffer here?
The senior staffer is Jolene.
Is Jolene? Okay.
Yeah.
Then
She's our
so then we
district
would like a
director.
meeting with her.
Sure.
Please.
Yeah, I can certainly let her
Well,
know that and figure that.
let me
figure that
ask
out.
this. Can we set up a meeting with Jolene and then maybe give you a list of our issues so that whoever the legislative staff is in DC,
Yeah.
she could possibly have them in line to be able to be on the phone in a conference call.
I was actually just going to
to be able
suggest
to
that. That
answer
might
those
be something that might be a
questions
good
instead
thing
of
as
going
well.
around and around.
Yeah.
And-
That's a good idea.
I was
saying
actually going
going
to suggest
back
that
and
too.
forth.
Is maybe doing a conference call with Amy in our DC offices who handles like healthcare policy. If healthcare is the focus, I don't want to presume what the focus is, but if that's the focus, yeah, we can get like Amy maybe on a conference call to be part of the meeting as well.
And it's kind of important to understand that I know that the preference is given to larger organized groups that give donations, but our group is growing day by day. We
No, we
are
meet with
getting
folks.
larger, and we will be
And louder.
representing a percentage of this.
Sure, no, we don't make meeting decisions based off of donors. The Kiwanis didn't donate any money to the congressman, so different.
Did they give him an
But
award?
organizational groups
That seems
are-
to be a lot of his appearances.
Do the Kiwanis give awards? No, we
don't
don't receive
know.
awards at anything. No, we do not. So.
All right. So it sounds like we've determined that we would be able to meet with Jolyn. Do you know? Can you give us a time frame of when we should be able to hear back from her on when we could meet?
The next, you'll hear back from us next week.
Perfect. Okay. So we've got that.
We
and
can't
then-
schedule that now.
And then in the meanwhile,
I'd have to go back and check
get
and
with
see if she's
him?
free.
I would like to
Also
get it on the
schedule
books
it.
Yeah,
today.
yeah. Let's
I
get it
feel like
scheduled.
we
Let's get it scheduled.
Are here for a
I
reason.
can go back
I
and
want
check,
it
yeah.
scheduled
Let's do
today.
that, please.
Joe, can you? Is Joe there?
He walked off.
We just moved in here in this new system.
Yeah,
I didn't
if
bring
we
mine.
could get it scheduled, that would be great today.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
He's Jason.
Nice job. You just never let it go without that. Jason, yeah.
He's missing. He's missing.
That's great.
Poor Ken.
I don't like that guy.
It's actually not true. I bet I can find a Kiwanis that donated to her.
I know. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
I assume every one of these did some sort of award or donation.
Or represent a large enough group that they bring votes in.
Yes.
How many people sign up on our Facebook?
Donatella.
I read like 130.
Focus on that when we have the
That is
meeting
nice.
with
That's
her,
good.
that she does have something scheduled with the DC. Otherwise, it's going to be for nothing.
That sounds great. That was a great idea.
So that we get
And will
that
we have
information.
her, your information as her contact for this meeting in case she tries to catch this, or all of us, or?
I'm happy to continue to be the person who's checking in
And then-
with Jason and with Jolene to in the next week to make sure that we
Well, we
hear
want to
back.
make sure they have a number of contact,
Yeah.
so you guys can communicate.
That sounds fine.
What were their names? I don't know. Do they have names?
So what is he checking on right now?
To
I
see
mean,
if Jolene
schedule.
will get us on her schedule.
Oh, okay. So we'll see if that is done right now.
They said